Hey guys, it's M here, and I'm here with Justice. We're on another episode of Just Truth. Just Truth. So today we wanted to talk about episode 5. Is it 5?
Yeah, no, 6.
6. Man, I'm like losing count.
It's so easy to lose count, man. I don't know where we're at anymore. What's going on?
Episode
6.
David Mahoney's or Digital Productions.
Digital Warrior Productions.
Is
the
it
Hidden King series?
Yeah, they're still calling it the Hidden King series, I suppose.
Yeah. This one is right. So yeah, this one is still called the Hidden King series, although it doesn't feature Greg. It does speak about Greg a bit, but it's not really including Greg. I don't think the last one was either, was it? Episode 5.
It was just the Q&A, the last one.
That was just the dudes, wasn't it? That was the guys, man.
Episode 4 was the Portuguese cave and the rewriting of the Bible. Greg came on to a fake Zoom call for like 20 seconds.
So he weren't even in that either. It's all mad. He hasn't been in it for fucking 3 episodes. But anyways.
And he's still missing. You haven't seen it. He hasn't spoken the 11th of September. Anyway,
This is episode 6.
Sorry?
This is episode 6.
Yeah, episode 6. So that's
Stargates and Portals.
Stargates and Portals. Let's have a look at it.
Featuring Huna Flash, people.
Huna Flash. Yeah, I've seen him say some weird stuff. Like he controlled the weather and things like that on one of the Facebook pages. But yeah, I had to laugh when I saw that they were putting him into this documentary.
Yeah, I mean, on the surface, we've skimmed over this and watched it already. But just Huna Flash as a dude, man, seems it's all mad, isn't it? All these flash ups that we've seen, the press ups and that.
Well, I know what we're doing. Good morning, sweet dear ones. Notice we're in our workout gears.
You got some push-ups planned for me, apparently, have you?
So, well, we do this thing called the flash-ups.
Yeah.
They call it I didn't call it that. Everyone here called it that. How many? I don't know. 20. All right. 20, 25 is the number.
You go just normal push-up?
It's normal.
Yeah.
The ceramic fucking seahorse dragon style unicorn thing.
Yeah.
Like
the staff of Huna.
Again, where are these people's parents? What is going on here? It's all crazy. But yeah. Cool. So obviously we're 16 seconds into it and we're on some James Bond shit again for like the 3rd or 4th time.
Oh, where's my glasses, man?
Isn't it?
The
aviators. Draw for the aviators. Right, here we go. Wait for the car sound as well. It's all mad.
What pretentious.
An island that's been volcanically active for millions of years. And home to the Angel's Door, a quantum energy transfer portal that one man has come here to activate. I came to investigate Huna's work and his connection to Joseph Gregory Hallett. One man.
It's a lot to take in. There's a lot to take in. But essentially, they're here for this angel portal, which they're going to tell us is like one of 40 odd portals around the world. It's number 16 that he's discovered or some shit.
Doesn't he say he's been doing it since he was like 7 or something stupid? Like,
yeah, he says that at some point. He talks about how he got into it and he's been training in this life, not like the other lives where he started when he was like 3 and 4, but in this life he started when he was 7. So
he's only done 16 since then. I mean, how old is he there? About 50? I mean, he needs to get
I think he's done all of these though. What he's saying is he's done all of these things here, the last 16, in like quite a short space of time, you know? It's like he's come into his full understanding and reached adulthood and has just gone on his conquest now. He fully understands where these portals are or something like that. They make it so wide and intricate. I mean, the production levels in this are insane as well. I mean, when you hear Mahoney talking about him there, you've got him charting in the background, and then he says like a quantum field fucking forceful flash, and it's like on the it's crazy shit.
I have to wonder whether he actually listens to that music in his car while he's driving around, like, you know, these sort of places as well. Right? I have a feeling he doesn't. That's probably just for cinematic effect. But...
Yeah, likewise. I'm not sure he listens to any music. I don't know. I don't know what he'd be into. A bit of like Spandau Ballet and that maybe.
And a secret spiritual mission could be a planetary game changer.
So these are all the
Perfectly as well. Like, I mean, when I first saw this, I was like, I think I just did what I just did then, and just like, I wasn't ready for it.
It was a lot to take in, you know. I mean, with the other 4 episodes that were actually about Greg, although there was no investigation that was done into it. I mean, I mentioned that in the Charles Ward interview. You expressed your feelings towards what the Digital Warrior Productions people had done and whatnot. Although there was no real investigation in it, at least it had like a relatively serious undertone. Do you know what I mean? They was at least trying to seem like they was trying to expose something or get to something. This, when we saw the trailer to this took it to a whole new level, didn't it? I think.
Yeah.
I can only imagine the brain waves that Mahoney's feeling there.
He says about this in a cave, doesn't he? Just close your eyes and just feel the moment. And it looks like what he's doing here, man. He's really feeling. He's proper.
You've got to cut that bit in here. That's amazing.
He's proper somewhere else with a real grip on that shaft, you know.
It's messed up, man. It's actually messed up. You know, he's definitely pinging at least 8D after this.
Oh man, what does he say? It's 5D.
I think so. I think he's at 5D and Greg's at 15 pinging currently.
This has definitely elevated him, though, isn't it?
Oh god, right. So yeah, there's a load of the usual scenery, the usual jibber jabber from.
If he wouldn't mind sharing some of his extensive knowledge and spiritual information with us over the next couple of days.
Extensive knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of all of this, the way that, like I've said it time and time again, the way that I got into it obviously was through reading the documents, same as you, and looking at the Aramaic Christian prayer and stuff. And I know what kind of doctrine he's pushing. So I know that even if he was to get far, he is of that side of the fence.
Yeah.
And it's the same with his Huna stuff in a doctrinal dogma sense. It's all just New Age Luciferianism in disguise as some sort of heightened light source. Fucking, it's just insane. It's all there's so many of these different factions, and you know they appear harmless and all wholesome on the outside and for the betterment of humanity. But you know, as we'll get into it a little bit further, he says a few things which really are really quite telling as to the dogma. But yeah, it's just the same old stuff. So when Mahoney's here telling us, I want to take some of his knowledge. He's such an enlightened being. How does he know that? He's not really telling us what he's enlightened about ever. It's the same with the Greg stuff. You know what I mean? On a serious note, there is never any he's enlightened about this. It's very vague. It's just about spiritual elevation without any real foundation to what the core of the foundation of what they're really promoting is.
Spot on. It's like, saying, well, they're sending a love and light message, and and that's good enough. That's good enough.
He's really knowledgeable, and he's been working on that since he's 7. Like, working on what? Love and light. That's not they're words. They're not fucking tangible pieces of knowledge.
You can get his Huna's teachings, I saw, for $288. The flights and hotel not included. And there's fruit, nuts, and coffee provided. $288, or is it euros, to spend a few hours with him, and for him to pass on his spiritual teachings. So I'm not knocking people like this for making some money off of their beliefs and teachings. If they're going to,
it gives a lot of people hope at certain times, or comfort, whatever it might be, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. And it does these certain meditation or whatever it is that they do have their benefits. But yeah, I'm not going to knock the hustle. Do you know what I mean? Go and do your thing.
288 per person, especially since it's quite popular, especially since this video.
He's one of these dudes, man. He's one of these dudes that's going to be chilling with Brian Rose and that soon, you know. He doesn't have the Mustang and that yet, but now that he's linked up with Mahoney.
Proper hustling. And these guys, they attract each other, don't they? You know, and this is why he's obviously...
They back each other and support each other because it's all...
Yeah, this is why he's hooked up with Greg and it's just been like, oh, yeah, perfect. You know, and this guy's Maori. And Greg completely denies his own Maori descent. You know, he is Maori. I can't remember what tribe, but he, you know, his sisters confirmed that and said it in the interview, I think, with them. And they've got the proof, you know, certificates and things. But he's absolutely has a problem. It's quite discriminative against Maori, you know, the Maori.
He has an issue with New Zealand, full stop, I think.
Yeah. And he's always tried to hide his ancestry from that part, or his descent and connection to that. But welcome this Huna guy with open arms, because obviously they're singing off a similar Love Light hymn sheet. Maybe he's turned a new leaf because he's trying to elevate to 16D now. I don't know, but
it's theosophy. You know, it's the same teachings as Crowley and Madame Blavatsky and all these people that I've mentioned time and time again. It's exact same teachings. So yeah, of course they gel together, man. All pushing the same shit. It's all mad.
Attracts tourists from all over the world.
Mahoney's tourist guide, jibber jabber. Everyone should really go and get Mahoney a job at like a travel firm.
That's it. I mean, he worked in property, didn't he? A property salesman.
Yeah.
He's a good salesman, and he was an actor. So you know, he's presenting. I mean, a lot of this I think is about his career, you know, and trying to do something interesting. And I've said before, you know, I don't knock him for trying to do that, but I do knock him for actively promoting without evidence deceptions.
I mean, that's I don't know if that's, you know, because he's a scammer or a con artist or whatever, or I still don't know whether he's genuinely just naive enough, because at this point I think most people would have cut their losses and been like, you know what, guys, I'm not too sure, you know, done a Charlie Ward and been like, you know, I've put the work in, I've asked him his questions, I've given him the platform, but I'm 50-50. But he's still here going, no, when Greg ascends the throne, when he does, I'm there with it.
He's proper adamant, and he's had a chance to step out, and Charlie Ward did it and kind of almost brought David in, you know, that video.
He gave him a hand. Like, come with me, bro. Come with me.
He's like, Davo. Well, I can't do a Charlie Ward accent, but you know, Davo, you know, come with me. You know, tell him that you're just not sure, or you made a mistake, or you know, maybe you should have mentioned that before. But
tell them something that makes sense, Dave.
Yeah, but now he carried on with, well, what's the problem?
And like that takes some balls, man, because it can't be solely about his. I don't know. I think maybe
that's pride. You know, hurt pride. Maybe he doesn't want to admit. You know, he'll go down flying the flag with the ship as it sinks, perhaps. And you know, it sounds like we might see a bit more of Hallett in the future. But I really do think he's been hiding and trying to let things fizzle out after many things have been raised, especially with Charlie throwing a spanner in the works. So Mahoney has had plenty of chance to kind of look, I'm talking to this Huna guy now, I'm looking at other things, and I'm looking at ascension and spiritual, you know, enlightenment and
no matter what happens with Greg, you know, we're still moving into this new age era or whatever it is bullshit that they're pushing. It's still the same.
Whatever he was going to say, but no, he's proper still flying that flag, and
no separation at all. No, he hasn't distanced himself from it at all. So yeah, I don't know. I have to just put that down to his naivety / stupidity at this point, really.
Pride.
I think it's interesting to note this little. I don't know what make this is. If anyone can bang this in the comments, if they know if this is a make. But obviously, in terms of symbology and whatnot, the lightning bolt is an interesting one, and this here is like a mad double lightning bolt. So I don't know if this is like a custom Huna burner.
It's a flash.
It's the oh shit.
Maybe that is his own
savior of the universe.
Flash.
Oh shit, yeah, that's crazy. Mad close up of this little ceramic dragon. That is that like a Chinese water dragon type thing?
Yeah.
Weird.
Say something like he's working for the Dragonfly family or something somewhere. Anyway,
Huna Flash was born in.
What a name as well. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, where are these guys' parents? Like, these people are fucking adults, man. Your name's, I mean, obviously we run YouTube channels. My name's Justice, but like, Huna Flash and King John III. Like, fuck's sake, man.
John King.
Behave yourselves.
New
guys.
Zealand. And I represent the House of Huna and Healing Lagoon International. And so my education and training began when I was in this lifetime at the age of 7, when I awoken, speaking to the giants that lived in my backyard. A mountain range where I grew up, was in the backyard of my home.
So again, you know, just going back to the doctrine, speaking of giants and these things, we can go back to the book. We can go back to the angels and the Nephilim and whatnot. And I've never seen angels or fucking giants in my back garden. Have you?
No.
I don't know
what about them.
Like, yeah, it's very cryptic, weird, mystical shit. But what he goes on to say from here, I'll rewind it a little bit. What he goes on to say from here about what we would all recognize, some weird stuff, man. It doesn't make any sense, and it's not due to his lack of English. It's just due to what they're trying to push, not making any fucking sense. Giants that
lived in my backyard, a mountain range where I grew up, was in the backyard of my home. And the giant beings in those mountains, and I'm sure you all know, and you all have them in your sacred sites. It is undeniable that you have been connecting, and you have been connecting. And so I have connected, and I connected again at a young age of 7. And throughout my early...
What did he say?
Yeah, I was trying to piece that together.
There's giant in the mountain, and I'm sure you have connected, I've connected, we've been connected.
And yeah, it's undeniable.
So just don't deny it.
Yeah, undeniable. We're all connected. Move on.
Giants in my garden.
Giants, them real.
I mean, even when he says, like, when he was 7, when he awoke, obviously there's a level of spiritual awareness that one would reach to a point that they said, yeah, I might have awoke at this time or whatever, but it seems like he's just speaking of being involved in some vast indoctrination program and some weird hallucination or something. I don't know where these giants have come from or what sort of interactions he's been having. I really don't know. But there's, like I say, there's no foundational context to it, you know?
Yeah, he proper says it as if he, you know, yeah, there's giants in my back garden. I see him every morning, man. I don't know if he's...
You all know about it.
Yeah, it's like...
Obviously, it's undeniable. I know you all know about it.
Sure, you guys all have giants in your back garden. Like,
you only
see them. You want to eat these mushrooms, man?
It's mad. It's mad. I mean, obviously they speak of numbers and that a lot. He goes on to speak about like the 7 seals being opened and whatnot. You know, obviously you have 7 edifices within your facial structure, you know, for the senses and whatnot. 2 ears, the eyes, the nostrils, and the mouth. And for like at 7 years old, when he speaks of being awakened, like when, you know, Charlie and all these lot speaking of the common law court, obviously the common law court UK, CLC UK, is bullshit. I'll call them out straight up. But within common law, when it's said that you can reclaim your birthrights, it said you have to do that before the age of 7 or up to the age of 7 for some reason. No idea why that is, but just an interesting point to note. So yeah, it's all very strange, you know. There's no context as to why he woke up when he was 7, what sort of initiation process he went in, whether he went into. It's just, yeah, I was 7 and I woke up and there was fucking giants in the garden and I connected. You connected, undeniable, connected.
Yeah,
Doesn't make no fucking sense, man. It's annoying if anything. It's actually mad.
You all
frustrating.
know, and you all have them in your sacred sites. It is undeniable that you are.
So I actually thinking about what he might mean, right, is that the sacred sites, i.e. the the pyramids and the other megalithic structures, must have been built by Nephilim and giants. Which
I mean, it's undeniable that some of those feats of archaeology are just sort of
100%. I mean, Stonehenge, obviously, these talk about Glastonbury and Stonehenge. Greg loves the place and all that weird shit, man. All pagans. He even mentions, this dude here, Huna, mentions the Druids. And obviously, if you know about Stonehenge, you know about the Druids. But have you seen the pictures from, it's either the 50s or the 60s, where they lifted the stones and replanted them?
Yeah, for Stonehenge, yeah.
It's a madness, but yeah. I don't know.
I've been connecting, and you have been connecting. And so I have connected, and I connected again at a young age of 7. And throughout my early teenage life, learning through my elders from the Maori culture, to the Maori people of New Zealand.
People that Greg hates.
Yeah.
And at my early 20s, I was initiated into the school of the special bird known as Manuariki. And
the special bird, not just any old bird.
It's the special school of the bird, mate. That's what it was. It was the special school called bird.
Did he not say school of the special bird?
Yeah, he did. I was taking the piss. Oh man, it's
known as Manuariki. And my teacher in my early 20s, I was initiated into the school of the special bird known as Manuariki.
He says it with so much force. He's so proud of that school, man. I was initiated into the school of the fucking bird.
Special bird.
It's the special bird.
My teacher, my Huna at the time, underscore the great Māori prophet, Ara Kahanara Piripi Te Paniariki o Manuariki. He was my Huna. He was my teacher. He was my tohunga. And he shared with me the connections through his work and to continue the work in the name of the child.
Yeah, so it's all in the name of the child. He says later on, it's in the name of the child and the mother and the father and the son, the light and the love and the unconditional love and the all compassionate, all encompassing love. Again, just the same theosophical bullshit Luciferian doctrine, essentially. With David rumbling again.
I didn't really do much research. I knew
for a change.
For a change, I decided not to do any research and not to give you any evidence.
I was just chilled on this one.
Don't think about
this thing, after working so hard and uncovering all this shit with Greg, I just let Huna go and I didn't do no research.
I thought I'll just roll with it this time, go in blind,
Unreal.
some of his work. Well, I felt it was better that he explained it himself.
God.
Greetings, sweet dear ones. I come to you today from the island of Tenerife to share with you about the Great Awakening, about this aranga.
So he's aware of the phrase aranga. I'm pretty sure that Greg, in one of the episodes, said that him and Mahoney and the boys coined the term.
Yeah, they did say that. And also, I know where that's come from.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, I do think they kind of alluded to it being like an ancient thing. But at the same time, he was like, yeah, we was like having a few drinks and whatnot. We just fucking shouted Eranga. And, before you know it, we're all fucking orangering around the place.
We oranged everywhere, mate. He did say something about when he had a spiritual awakening, he was in a place called Oranga Avenue in New Zealand. I don't know if you've heard him say that.
Yeah, he mentioned it a few times, but I was pretty sure he's like alluded to like them boys kind of coining the term, but
well, he's come up with it, but there is no such place as Oranga Avenue. It's called Atanga Avenue, right? And I know this because his friend, who I'm speaking to, I'm actually going to do an interview with him over the next week, Richard Marshall. He had been told about this house party by lots of mutual friends that were there at this house party. And he's even actually got hold of them recently to talk to them. And yeah, Greg didn't have a spiritual awakening at Atanga Avenue. He was at a house party, he was drinking. He had a mental breakdown. He was being sick in the toilet, and they left him, and they came back a bit later, and they found the toilet bowl, where his head was in the toilet bowl. The toilet bowl was broken, and there was shit everywhere. And apparently he ran naked through the house, naked, covered in shit.
Shitty Greg.
So, but yeah, I'm sure we'll find out more about that story. But apparently that's where Oranga's come from, is where he had a mental breakdown from Atanga Avenue. But
well, this, you know, that leaves a nice little segue into later on when we speak about his mental health and whatnot, you know, because it's an important thing, I feel. But yeah, Huna
Matata
doesn't really say a lot more about
the Stargate itself is located inside all of us.
Oh, for fuck's
we
sake.
all have the capacity for a Stargate inside us. But this information is ancient information, has become clouded and lost. So this is part of the teachings that Huna teaches people along his journey. And the portals are a central point of pure energy that once activated, or a central point of pure energy.
Fuel.
That once activated and sealed, so nobody can interfere with it, help the planet make this transition from dark to light.
For fuck's sake. Oh, I'm not even going to go into it. I mean, I hate when they use the terms dark and light in this context. It's a horrible way of representing good and evil. This is exactly how Satanists and Luciferians describe their duality in this realm. It's all bullshit, but yeah, we've got Stargates inside us, and it's all about potentiality. Like, I've got the potentiality to be a millionaire and a serial killer both tomorrow. I have the potential to do many fucking things. The majority of things are fucking potential based, you know. There's a potential for a million things. Stargates lying inside of you. Oh, it's just all.
My main problem with it is if the Stargates are inside of us, why the fuck travel the whole world, try and close them all?
You have to activate them and then seal them so that they can't be interfered with any darkness. You see, it's like a.
You have to go to these sites to activate the Stargates within us. Is that what you're saying?
I think so, mate. I think you have to activate the ones on the Earth, and then they like charge up the ones within us. But obviously, they have to be protected, because if they charge them up and then they get infiltrated by all the darkness, then we'll all be like,
be infiltrated by darkness.
Oh yeah, something like that. I don't know, but we are already. The world is apparently going from dark to light. So if we're already in, I don't fucking know, mate. Where, I mean, Mahoney's basis for all this, again, you know, Huna has whatever doctrinal basis he's pushing, but Mahoney's just taking all this and telling us that he wants us to hear it from the horse's mouth, but at the same time having to just have his little fucking chirp in there coming from no sort of foundation whatsoever. Like he says, he hasn't done much research, but he knows that the star portals are definitely within inside you. That's one thing he definitely does know, and he has researched. Stargates lie within you.
Huna teaches people along his journey, and the portals are a central point of pure energy.
Pure.
That once activated and sealed, so nobody can interfere with it, help the planet make this transition from dark to light.
Glow.
And so I'm excited, very happy that you are following along.
You're trying to.
And that we can share this together. This activation and seal is number 16 of.
These lot fucking love their seals as well, isn't it? It's like whether it's fucking royal seals, seals of fucking sealing the portals. Oh, fucking, oh, mate. Seals is too much seals.
A total of 48 stargates and portals,
48.
part of my mission on Earth.
Are these portals? Well, this is exactly what I asked him as well. It took him 3 years to locate these and plot these on a very specialized map using specialized ley lines, ancient sites such as the pyramids in Central America, ley lines, ancient...
I don't think this is the map.
No.
Funnily enough, there is many maps, you know, there's many different maps of the world from previous times. I mean, before like really the mid to late 1700s, there wasn't really like a unified, well-established map to my knowledge, you know what I mean? It was all relatively open to not interpretation, but discovery. So there is many maps that have been around. But again, there's no context to this. He could easily say, yeah, right, he's using this map or this map, you know? Yeah. It's the same shit. But again, they got the graphics, man.
Central America.
Got the graphics, but
There is other
it's
sites
got ley lines. There's no ley lines on it.
That's one. The ruins in Syria, they're all somehow linked. But he spent his entire life,
But how?
the last 30
Just
years,
somehow.
studying, plotting, and locating these portals, and is going to do these, open the transmitter of light, seal them, and he's doing it for us.
That's going to be amazing when we see him open these portals of light. I can't wait to see that.
He's going to open the transmitter of light, seal it, activate it, all while it's inside of us.
It's going to be amazing.
Sacred sites. It's fucking...
It makes no sense, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him.
It'll be a show, man. It's going to be spectacular.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
There's so many amazing cinematic shots in this as well.
The COVID-19 and the corona and the mask, this moment of convergence has come to the consciousness where we've gone from the they and the them to the us and the we. And this energy that is being purged from that convergence, you know, includes people in high positions. It includes everybody. No one is free from this. No one is excluded from this. No one is exempted from this. And so with this work and this mission, I have remembered on this time on this earth is to assist the clearing and the purification of those energies that are getting purged out into the atmosphere. They're getting purged out into society. They're just falling off the wagon, so to speak. Places like Buckingham Palace and places like the sacred sites around the world, places where these individuals of so-called royal families are now being purged and out of the system, and now being discovered and found.
Again, what he's getting at, to me, very confusing. Energy's being purged out into society. So basically, what was before being practiced in the dark, what was before being practiced covertly under wraps in these secret style fucking ceremonies or whatever it is that's going on, these various different practices, is now being performed openly in the light. And so that doesn't seem like a good thing to me necessarily, really. And then he's talking about these people, the royals, the governments, no one being exempt from it. But yet people have known about this for the longest amount of time. Exempt from what? It's like he's again kind of alluding to arrests, maybe executions. You know, these people are being done away with, draining the swamp or whatever, without really saying it. But what is he actually saying other than that? I can't ascertain anything, man. I don't know if you can, but nonsensical again.
This has allowed an opening. This has allowed the space to open. This has created a portal. This has created an opening in the vortex where that energy that was once there.
So yeah, from the theosophical standpoint, right, this is what I'm saying. If all this stuff that was being practiced in the dark is now being practiced openly and overtly in front of everyone, that's not a fucking good thing. That's not a good thing. You want to keep people not subjected to certain things, you know. If children are subjected to what certain things are happening within the world, it's not good that it's being pushed into. And him talking about the effects of that stuff that was in the dark now being purged and put out into society and into the light, the effects of that opening up a portal, that does not sound good to me at all, bro.
Sounds like you're letting the demons loose.
In it, that sounds like you're letting in some light energy of a serious high voltage, man. That's what, oh mate, yeah, it's very telling when you actually kind of break down what they must be talking about, because I can't ascertain absolutely anything else from it other than that. It's totally nonsensical.
Agreed.
Needs to be filled with benevolence, filled with the light, and certainly the best we can. And so we are each asking each other to do the best that we can and go beyond that, to go beyond the best that we can. And so the mission at hand is to align the planet and the universe to relationships so that the child of light is guaranteed. If it is to be done, as some have spoken, then let us enjoy the doing. If it is of all the nows, then let us share in the potentialities of that now of all nows. Certainly of a dream that we've all...
You fucking cryptic cunt. Oh mate, what the fuck? Oh, just stop it, and it is painful. But yeah, if people have read, you know, theosophical Luciferian based texts from Eastern mysticism, and you listen to the way that this dude talks about the potentiality of the child of light coming through the opening of these portals from the dark being brought out into the light and purged into all of society, you know that it ain't sounding good. These people are fucking, this dude is evil, man.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck's sake. Right, so we'll skip through it because it's all a bit...
It's a lot of the same.
It's the energetic flow of the infinite fractal of source.
Fractal.
No matter the intention, no matter the sovereignty, no matter...
So, like, it's important to capture these bits, I guess, because...
Yeah.
In terms of doctrine, again, and dogma, just to make it clear for people, you know, it's important to listen to what these people are saying. It's been like this from day one, you know. If you was at any point throughout this whole Greg Hallett thing curious about it or on the fence or whatever, these are the defining factors that separate reality from the bullshit that the deep state cabal or whatever you want to label them are pushing. This is it. It's the mishmash that these fools here chat when they're...
And so energetically, vibration, frequency, and magnetic, we cannot be separated. No matter the words, no matter the intention, no matter the sovereignty, no matter the collective, we are certainly the energetic flow of the infinite fractal of source. And
what is this fractal of source?
It's all just about we're all connected as one, and we can't separate ourselves, no matter the intention, no matter, you know, good and evil or any of this. It's all just an experience. It's all just God experiencing himself through us, and we're all just, you know, on a physics-based scientific level, you know, we are all vibrational atom-based carbon structures. That much is true. But these guys are defining those minuscule atoms and the accumulation of them into us as God experiencing itself, which again is Luciferian doctrine. But what he's saying here is, regardless of the intention, regardless of anything, it's all over encompassing love, and we're all connected. So he's no different, you know. Him and Jimmy Savile are brothers, bruv. Yeah. Is what he's telling us basically. It doesn't matter the intention. It's all just an experience. You know, we have to go that far in order to know that we've got to reel ourselves back. It's all just part of the experience.
It is that infinite
Fucking bollocks.
fractal of source that is but an aspect of the child of light, the potentiality of who and what we are, will, and are going to be.
More beautiful scenery. More beautiful scenery.
Learn and understand more about Joseph Gregory Hallett, aka John King III, and the potentiality.
John King III.
You know what? Before he even said that, right, I was just about to pause it. I thought, nah, fuck it. Just before he said that, he's like, he looks confused, man. He looks like, oh, what is it I'm meant to be fucking promoting again? Oh,
What was his name?
Look, he's just
John King III, wasn't it?
oh, fuck, oh, mate. Look how much he looks around.
To meet and to learn and understand more about Joseph Gregory Hallett, aka John King III, and the potentialities of what surrounds this man, this gentleman. When I met this gentleman, it was an incredible feeling of child of innocence, a child of light. It was an incredible surprise, let me say.
I get that at all.
Boom. Well, that's like, you know, he's been leading up with the potentialities of the child of light. It's all about the child of light, opening this portal, God's infinite experience within all of us as a collective, no matter what your intentions are, all for the child of light. And then bang, Greg just hit me with his presence that he's the child of light. Like, you're a fucking idiot, mate.
I don't get from Greg's demeanor. I mean, I don't know if Huna's seen this video talking about his family, but that doesn't come across the words of an innocent child. That comes across as a scorned, very much abusive man, not a child. He doesn't seem. And yeah, so even some of the rantings and ravings and abuse he's thrown at Tom Cahill and others, you know, he's
I mean,
not a picture of innocence.
Like, oh, give us your details.
Yeah,
like they're fucking police officers or something, bro. Like, it's incredible. But you know, I mean, I guess with the innocence thing, going back to the mental health thing again, that we'll get into. I guess at parts, you know, he does kind of strike you as I don't know if I would use the word innocent necessarily.
maybe vulnerable.
Yes, there you go. There you go. That's maybe what.
Maybe his mental health is vulnerable. I mean, he doesn't act vulnerable. He comes across very arrogant and confident, but I think there's probably a vulnerability in there to do with instability.
I mean, with the question to Charles, you know, about the mental health thing, that's a serious concern. I would genuinely, after the videos that we've made and the things that we've done, I would personally feel bad if the dude went and fucking topped himself or something crazy, mate, because everyone's bigged him up and told him that he's going to be the king. I would feel bad about it. I don't know about anyone else, but I would feel bad about it. I hadn't even done shit. I didn't tell him he was going to be the king. I only tried to stop him and help him, if anything, but I'd feel bad about it, just knowing this, you know, and being involved with it how we were. But yeah, definitely an air of vulnerability for sure, man. And I feel like everyone really who is of sound mind should hold a responsibility. It's all about personal responsibility, you know what I mean? I said it time and time again, but it's that's all that we can do here is uphold our own personal responsibility. And I think going the whole thing with Charles and the interview and that, man, and he's like, it's all just about, you know, poking people and prodding them to go and just ask the question. That's not a good enough excuse to tell someone they're going to be the fucking king, mate. That's
no. It's, you basically could be put yourself in line to be poking and prodding them off the edge of a cliff. And who knows what can happen? You know, people getting bad, you know, adverse sort of states of mental health, and you know, they do bad things, you know, or bad things to themselves, and it's yeah, it's very concerning. And the reason I do what I do, as I've always said, is about mental health, and I've never dismissed the fact that actually Greg may need help himself, and I'm not, you know, calling for his head. I don't want anything bad to happen to him. I just want him to stop telling lies, stop having a platform to tell lies so people believe
For the
him.
benefit of everyone, do you know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not just about everyone that got sucked in at the start. It's not about Greg personally. It's not even about, you know, the people that are promoting it, Charlie and David and them. It's just for the benefit of everyone, really. It's a confusing time to live in.
And again, we are spreading the message of think critically. Don't just take on board, you know. And it doesn't matter if it's Greg Hallett or if it's, you know, another someone that's pushing certain topics or conspiracy theory or whatever. Sorry?
Huna.
Like this Huna guy, exactly. You know, let's think critically for a moment. You know, the guy is talking about someone, he just can't even remember his name, you know, so...
It's fucking John King.
It's John King. Is it third for John King? What was it again?
John King 3 or something.
That I was sharing with Joseph Gregory, his birth sign, which was going to be in September. This is going to be this September. His birth sign is in alignment with stargates and portals that are of the dove. In September, in the Lemurian calendar, the birth sign for September is the dove. Whether he knew this or not, or whether anyone knows this or not, it's neither here nor there.
Oh, really?
This is in alignment with...
Whether he knows this or anyone knows this.
That he's been sharing. From certain individuals of a period from the biblical times, and sharing this connections. And so this was verified. And as this was verified, whether people knows this or not, it's neither here nor there. It is in alignment with certain information that he's been sharing from certain individuals of a period from the biblical times, and sharing this connections. And so this was verified.
They love it, don't they? They fucking love it. They think that they can just say like
anything.
It's like from back in their Bible shit. And that's
back in biblical times. It was verified from back in biblical times.
Isn't it? Like
whether you know about it, it's not here nor there. I'm telling you.
Back in Bible times, you know, when the two Jesuses was riding and stuff in fucking Calais.
Oh,
across the channel to Londinium. Crazy. It's annoying because they oh shit.
And
they genuinely think that they can just, you know, mention the Bible, say it will be biblical, or it's from back then in the Bible times, and that's enough to sort of substantiate their claims in a historical context.
But it's the problem. It's the problem. It still pulls wool over so many people's eyes. That is, you know, you say it's annoying that they think that's all they have to do. Well, it's really frustrating that in some cases that is all they have to do. You know?
It is all they have to do. I mean, yeah, those are the foundations. I think really, you know, you have to go back and just find out what the deep state cabal is. I don't use those terms for a specific reason because I don't really see them as factions that really exist within that side of the fence. But you know, once it's not even something that takes long, really, people. You know, you go and read a few books and it all comes to light.
Darkness to light.
It all comes to light.
Able to complete the seal of the living light child ceremony for Joseph Gregory Hallett.
More indoctrinations
thereby sealing in the understanding of the alignment of his light to the right relationships of this planet and the universal relationships that are synchronized. What this means for the general public and for the world is that an ordinary man who is not claiming to rule over anyone, but is certainly
king of the world, mate,
claiming the lineage.
They said, "Oh, what's that he said about the lineage?"
Yeah. I mean, that's the second thing, but the first thing is he not been watching any of this? Has he not been watching any of the fucking documentary at all? He's not claiming to rule over anyone. The dude literally says he's king of the fucking world. He says he rules the fucking world. That's what he said. He said he's king of the world.
Yeah.
And then the next part, mate.
To rule over anyone, but is certainly claiming the lineage of the king.
Well, yeah, he was claiming the lineage of the king, and then, you know, if he was following along the story, we found out that he was lying. And then Charlie Ward and David Mahoney admitted that he was lying, and it's not about that anymore. It's about, you know, the signs.
Yeah, but then Charlie's backtracked as well, because he fully said to Rice that he got like over 1,000 emails of people telling him that Greg come out at the very start and told him that he wasn't of the bloodline. He did make it clear and whatnot. And I was like, nah, bruv, nah, that's not true at all. I don't remember that. But clearly, Mr. Huna here is a bit confused about the story still, because lineage is synonymous with bloodline, you know.
I even said to Charlie that I rewatched his first video, and he didn't say that in his first video. You know, that these people are lying, or he's made that up, or David Mahoney's told him to say that.
But where would the thing with Marcos Manuel come from if he hadn't tried to claim that? It would only be Francisco. There would be nothing to do with Marcos.
Yeah, so basically he was trying to cover his tracks there, I think.
100%. It's all BS, man. I can't believe he just said that, though. He's claiming the kings.
He doesn't know the story. He doesn't really know the story. He can't even remember his name. So he's just, you know, it's just a spring for his platform.
Of service to the child of light can find a way to come together through the child.
I mean, that didn't sound good.
No.
So, not well, it's all so cryptic that it doesn't mean anything. And if you try and make it mean something, it's most certainly theosophical Luciferianism at its core, but just on a surface level, it just sounds fucking weird, the things he's saying. You know, we can all just come together through the child and deliver light upon ourselves in Stargates that are just within us. Yeah. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Constant jibber jabber.
Lesson of the child that is for all of us. And the child of light is the ultimate teacher.
Oh my God.
Who is the rescuer of the child.
Oh.
The child who is the kidnapper of this being. It is the child who is the rescuer of the child. What? It is the lesson of the child that is for all of us.
And once you comprehend that, you will be 24D. Once you understand what the fuck he just said, you will cease to exist in physical form. You will become a crystallized, immortal light.
What a load of...
I mean, that's worth a replay. I don't even care, man. Wheel it.
The child who is the kidnapper of this being.
Who is the child?
It is the child who is the rescuer of the child. It is the lesson of the child that is for all of us. And the child of light is the ultimate teacher, as the potentiality for all of us to share this lesson, receive this lesson, and integrate this lesson at this time for the guarantee of the potentiality of the child of light to enter in all nows of now.
Someone, right? Our subscribers are amazing. Someone needs to make a meme of like him saying that shit, but going through like a light portal, just like just zooming through the universe, man. I need to see that. Someone needs to do that. Someone get on it. That was incredible. I can skip to anywhere, bro.
It's like the portal that he needed to locate was on top of a mountain. It's called Mount Tidy.
He's got to go and...
So we gathered again, we drove up there, and on the way up, he explained how all of this worked. We managed to locate exactly where this energy field was.
Here he goes.
I'm disappointed he has to ascend the mountain in a car, though. You know, I'd have thought he'd like just transcend.
Load up.
I mean, the blanket and that.
And then he started his ceremony.
It all looks like
amazing sight to see, to hear the words that Huna Flash repeated. We all went silent, and we could all feel it.
David gets so hard for this shit.
Created a force field to contain the pure white light energy, and then he opened the portal. He repeated the ancient...
Of course the fucking light energy would be pure white, David, you racist cunt. He's just protecting the pure whites. Fuck's sake.
I'm waiting for this shot of the portal. You know, the light energy.
Words, the ancient codes
Bro.
of his people.
We'll be waiting a little minute, I think. Remember, the portals are inside of you, so I don't know if we're really looking for something or whether we're just, you know, waiting for actuality within ourselves.
And he sealed it to safeguard it against any negative energy that could potentially get in there.
Is that right?
Wrapped a big
And
fucking
do us,
spiritual Johnny around
us,
it.
as a humanity, group, any harm.
I bet he's glad he went all the way to Tenerife for that.
This shot here.
Enlightened.
So my training began at a very young age, in this lifetime, and I have carried it through across many lands and many countries, beyond many flags, across many borders, on the 12 continents. Countless missions that have been completed in the name of the mother, in the name of the father, in the name of the child, in the name of our eternal memory, in the name of the light, in the name of the love, in the name of unconditional, cosmic, unconditional, infinite, unconditional, compassionate love. In the name of this. And so, having learned and having understood and shared the many lifetimes of Osiris, of Anubis, of Seti, of Pakal Voltan, of many lifetimes of these masters shared within this DNA, to be here.
Sharing the lifetime of masters. Just Google ascended masters, people. This is just theosophical doctrine through and through. It's all disgusting, satanic BS. But the way he's so confidently, these guys have got no shame, man. No shame at all. But, you know, he shared the lifetime of Anubis and Set. All right, mate. Okay.
An awakening in this moment to share this memory back to everyone.
He's got the driest lips as well.
Anyway,
Fuck's sake.
Can't get his mouth.
Every time he's like, I shared the lifetime of Set. Did Anubis.
To share this information back to you. And so I have created the healers of the first light, the navigator's course, to share this information under the umbrella of the House of Huna and the Temple of the Infinite Fractal. I have worked with countless individuals.
So he's created his own order.
Yeah.
Around the child of, like, I don't know if it's, I don't even know what he said, but you know, there's all these different orders out there over history, and there's the Brotherhood of the Great Light and all sorts of weird shit. It's all centered around the same stuff that we've been mentioned throughout this thing, but it's all satanic, all Luciferian. It's just weird that, you know, we're in 2020, bro. It's not difficult to go and Google this stuff. He's just openly like, yeah, so I created my own fucking spiritual temple called the Masters of the Lighthouse. And, mad.
And the Dene, and the Apache, and many more, and the Inuit, and the Siberian elders, and the elders in the Siberian mountains, and the elders and the shamans of the Germanic heritage, the elders and the shamans of the Nordic, and of the Druid, the Celtic, and of Egypt, and of the Kemet. And I have shown up for my education and to remember.
Big claims. Probably
Massive
bigger than
claim.
Greg's.
It's been all around the world. We're over the 12 continents, apparently.
And transcended through time. Like Egypt and Kemet are the same place in different time frames. And like he's literally alluded to being there with the giants at the time, you know, with the Nephilim at the time of the construction of these things.
Yeah, massive claims.
Crazy claims, man. And like, oh, what in the fuck?
And he skips over them
Just really, he's known and worked with and taught and been taught from every single major tribe and civilization that has encompassed the earth since you know, I think he missed out the Phoenicians and the Babylonians, and that's about it. And he fucking got the Druids and unreal, crazy claims. But yeah, he seems to be transcending time as well as
time and space
cultures.
I invite you, who is listening to this and watching this and feeling this. Let us hope you have feelings. Let us hope we can put this energy across.
$288
in the right relationship.
This is where this is like, you know, he's built up, and right now, 20 minutes in, this is where he starts hitting the sales pitch. You know, I'm inviting you guys to join me.
Come to my house, Huna. £288 on the door.
Do you have feelings? What, like literally, like,
hope we can put this energy across in the right relationships. Right? There is no right. There is no wrong. There is.
What the fuck?
There is no right. There is no wrong. Bloody is, mate.
Oh well, this is the thing with the dark and the light and the all-encompassing. How is there going to be wrong or right if we're all just experiencing this life and we're all just you know, eternal fragment of the one source creator? There can't be any right or wrong. There can't be any good or bad. You know, we're all just an infinite fractal source.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
It's feeling good. If I can share with you this way, energy across in the right relationships, right? There is no right, there is no wrong. There is feeling good. If I can share with you this way, I see you, I feel you, I sense you, I hear you, I can sniff you.
No thanks.
I can touch you.
Tell you what,
Thank you, mate.
You whispered this in my ear.
Yourself.
He would be getting like it would be on. Imagine you just whispering this shit in your ear, man, after just telling you there's no right, no wrong, only feeling good.
Well, whispering in my ear, I can sniff
I can hear you.
I can touch you.
I can smell you.
Creepy, mate.
He'd be having it. It'd be mental. Oh, you do not want me to attend one of your seminars, you know, honestly. Oh, gets the candles out and that, burning a bit of incense in the corner with some slow jams on and that. Oh, bruv. Oh.
I remember you. Therefore, I am you. I feel
this is what I'm like. I am you. Just, I'm not even going to say it. But that's what it's going to be.
You know, your hands touching you, not mine.
You and him are now one.
I sense you. I hear you. I can sniff you. I can taste you. I can touch you. I remember you. Therefore, I am you.
I can sniff you, man.
9 feelings, 9 senses. We have 9. I invite you to expand beyond your 6. Just to let you know, the new platform of the ancient technology is telepathics. And we can begin this in a small way, just by sharing in a small way. Do you hear me? Do you see me? Do you feel me? I'm asking you, can we share? Can we connect? And this is truly what the Stargates and the portals are about.
So after all that, it's just about fucking sniffing and listening.
It's all about us all being the same person. This
worldwide family of the.
This is David's light ceremony.
This should be fun.
The initiation.
House of Huna, and he invited me to be initiated into this amazing group of pure energy workers. So we found a very spiritual location on a cliff top in front of the ocean. And I had no idea how this worked, what the initiation was.
My understanding of your light essence here at the angel's door. And with this understanding, I am here this moment to offer this, the seal of the living light. I offer this to you.
I'm very honored, and I accept it.
Is that a yes?
It's definitely a yes.
That's married, isn't it? I do.
And he cited ancient.
He's like, I am you.
David got changed into his PE kit for this as well.
He really doesn't look like in the face and that as well, man. He doesn't look well. He looks really stressed out and like not very well.
He's proper flushed. His face is flushed, like he's like.
This is what Lee Dawson's fucking daily routine does to you.
Yeah.
This is what Lee Dawson does to you, man.
He looks like he's on something or something, mate. I mean, he don't look right.
I mean, yeah, that's. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. That's not a great shot, but he doesn't look too healthy, man. I can't lie.
Yeah,
Here's this moment to offer this, the seal of the living life. I offer this to you.
I'm very honored, and I accept it.
I do.
It's definitely yes.
That was mad cute.
It lasted around 20 minutes.
That was mad cute, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it? It
lasted about 20 minutes.
I do take you. Huna Flash.
Oh man. Yeah, that was proper cute. You could see it meant a lot to him, and he was like,
and he recited ancient Sumerian words to me.
All this shit I didn't understand. I had no fucking idea what he's talking about. Just shouting all these fucking ooga belugas at me.
And he made me repeat the words to him.
I'm not having it. I'm not having it that David repeated these words, man. I'm not having it.
We remember you.
Booyah!
Booyakasha.
And it was a truly moving. I don't like to use the word epic, but I can't think of anything else right now to describe.
His use of vocabulary amazes me yet again. Like, if all the, like, you've gone through this mad spiritual experience and the only word you can think of to describe it, fucking epic, mate.
It was epic, man.
It was epic. I don't really say it a lot, but truly was just epic.
Describe the feeling, the energy being transmitted between two of us.
Oh.
Just me. David. Right donut there, man.
He goes to a different place. You'll see in the video footage that we shot his focus and his connection to the energy. I've never seen anything like it.
He speaks about him in exactly the same way that he speaks about Greg.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
So much admiration. And
I wonder if he's feeling something in his back there.
He's still shooting. That's a powerful. The sun just popped down behind the horizon. Wow.
Very touchy-feely Huna, isn't it?
Many of the questions I had for Huna Flash, the main one that brought me here was, what's the connection with Joseph Gregory Hallett? Why did you go to see him? What happened in that meeting? And why did you ask me to come here and spend 3 days with you? So the answer was, Joseph Gregory Hallett has got the white light energy, the information coded within inside himself. His mission is pure and simple, Huna explained. His mission is to free us, to wake us up, to get rid of all the past, and to cleanse ourselves of all of the negative dark energy that we've all been living with our entire lives. He explained to me that.
So he went, fucking, we wasn't even going to do this. We've just gone 20 minutes through this whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
For Huna to not say this himself.
Yeah.
For him to come.
I came here to get it out of the horse's mouth. And then David just basically tells us the story.
I don't even know if I believe. I mean, obviously, I'm not saying that he's going to misrepresent what Huna's said, because they seem to be still close to this point or whatever. They still seem to be cool. But for us to go 20 minutes into this and then him ask, all right, so what's the connection with Greg? Huna told me that it was this. He's the white light. Oh, thanks, David, for ruining it. That's fucking like 20 minutes of this shit for David to just tell us that. Like, oh God.
I reckon Huna was waffling on so much. They were like, shit, we can't make this longer than 27 minutes.
He probably ran out of batteries on that, brother. He was like,
they were just like,
so much.
Can you just get to the point, mate? You know, what is going on here? And he probably babbled on for another half an hour. They're like,
when I was 7.
It's not going to work. I'll take what we need from that, and I'll just do a piece. I'll go and sit on a rock, look out.
Let's wrap it up.
We'll put out my voiceover and sum it up, because this Huna guy just don't stop waffling.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, he did say that he's been with the dude for 3 days, and it does seem like they haven't really actually covered a great deal. Uh,
What are you going to say? It doesn't seem like they've gone home.
it doesn't really, they might have just stayed there with him just talking.
All them just shut up. About 2.5 days in, I was so tired.
He hasn't had any water for 3 days, bro. So his lips are so dry.
Greg is here for a mission to unite us all as a people. And it all ties in to what Huna's work has been doing worldwide, opening these portals, sealing the energy inside it to help us all see our way in these times of darkness. It was quite moving, I have to say, to hear the passion.
I mean, just in terms of logic, right? If you're going to open something, that's going to let shit out of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know? So he's just saying he's opening it.
Opening portals is going to let.
And sealing it. That doesn't make any sense.
Why do you open it before sealing it? I don't understand. If it's surely it's either opened or it's closed.
And if it is closed, then the energy that's within it is already held within it, contained.
Absolutely. Maybe you can just seal it from being. But why'd you have to open it? Like, no, that's not explained at all.
It logically just as like an open and close of what you would open and close. It doesn't make any sense just on the most basic level of it's fucking insane.
Of what we have to do in the coming months.
This has been months. It's been months.
Look at that shot.
More scenery. There was a whole heap of real big up Dave Vickers.
Yeah, that was kind of like James Bond-esque as well, kind of walking.
There was a whole lot of scenery, just pure cinematic spiritual guide.
I wonder if they're walking back to the car.
Him just chucking his stick in the back of the MPV.
In the boot. Wow, that was shocking.
Yeah, that was shocking. Amazing, to be honest.
Yeah, I think we covered off, I mean, we weren't going to spend a whole, I mean, I don't know how long this video has ended up being, but it's been a long video. We were only going to go through key points, and we ended up watching the whole thing.
I think it was worthwhile, though, to be honest.
It was worthwhile. Yeah, and watching it, for me, that was the second time I watched the full thing. Noticed even more, little like absurdities that I didn't really recognise the first time watching it. My God, I mean, some of what's said by Huna is just absolute codswallop.
It's incredible, the claims.
There's no kind of grounding.
There's no congruent story even.
And giving us some context to work with. It kind of just carries on
rambling.
And I kind of get the overall message, the kind of love, light, ascension, trying to feel a connection with each other and have positive energies and trying to, I don't know, I kind of get that, what he's trying to say by that. But every way that he tries to explain what he's doing, what his mission is, what this is all about, just sounds like you said through it, just sounds so wrong on all sorts of levels. And there's no kind of, there's
for me, it's all just very, very, very clearly, even Greg stuff, I've pointed out to people loads of times with his Aramaic Christian prayer, the Christian prayer, unreal. People are so outlandish, they can even claim that thing. I mean, I'm not Christian. I just know the word when I see it. And these people's teachings come from somewhere, and they all come from the same place, and it's all theosophical doctrine coming from the likes of Annie Besant, Alice Bailey. I mean, that's the whole thing with the Aramaic Christian prayer. He mentions eternal light and cosmic fire numerous times. Cosmic fire isn't a phrase that one hears particularly often, especially when you're talking about naming yourself Christ, and you're speaking about invoking light as an energy in these realms and stuff, and so from reading and whatnot, a treatise on cosmic fire is a book by Annie Besant, Alice Bailey, sorry. And so I know what that book's about. You know, the Lucius Trust, the publishing company that most people know from the United Nations. Yeah, it's all about Lucius, Lucifer, the light, and invoking the light. And in Huna's teachings, you know, the things that he says, there is no right or wrong, only feeling good. Like, bro, not around here, buddy.
Yeah, there certainly is right and wrong. And yeah, that message is just, it kind of almost is like, you know, if you do bad, it's not wrong, you know, it's right. You know, it's kind of like almost,
We're all just experiencing.
we're all experiencing the same things. If you do bad things, you're also a good person. So,
You know, it's all, yeah. There is. Their thing is, we are all an infinite fragment of the one creator source, which doesn't happen to be the actual true creator. It's obviously the imposter, but we're all just an infinite fragment, fractal potentiality of that experience in itself in this world. You know, the book, the Bible specifically, you know, talks of the one creator coming down and experiencing itself in a very specific time frame. Not just once, but you know, it speaks of when it embodies an earthly presence, and that isn't through everyone at one time. So when these people mention the Bible and stuff, you know, if they're coming from a different spiritual aspect, that's whatever, but that is all completely grounded in Eastern mysticism. 100%, man. 100%. It's just Freemasonic doctrine. The same. That's exactly the same.
I think that's kind of all I have to say on Huna. I mean, we spent a long time talking about it. I don't know where they're going to go from here. Be interesting to see whether they do anything else together. But
he's got another like 30 odd portals to get in it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he'll be too busy probably to hook up with Mahoney again, or maybe Mahoney will follow him around. Who knows? Now he's.
Tell you what, if we was actual like shills and like you know, agents like some of these Charlie Ward fans suggest, you know, if we was making money from this, bro, I would go to one of these Huna Flash thingies, one of these things, and do some secret filming for you, like make some bad boy content, you know. Yeah. But unfortunately, I think
if we had the backing of like the MI5 or whatever, you know, you can imagine what we could do.
I would be there. I would there.
Studio, you know, and you know, editing on our phone, you know, shoddy work, you know, a couple of thousand followers, and still managing to do what we do. Can you imagine if we had paychecks coming from the government, what we could really do? I'm sure I could expose all sorts, man. I'll be flying to New Zealand and yeah.
It would even be awesome for like a few of us to link up and go to Dis in Norfolk and see if we can fucking hunt down Greg and just have a little covert spy on him, just see what he's doing, see if he's still.
You know what, I've thought about it before, you know, just like
it would be funny
coming down and going to the chip shop and like coming out and it's been like, oh, Greg.
Like, you would fully know us as well. I can't imagine. Yeah, it would be strange, a strange experience, but
I mean that could easily be done, but I don't want to be done for harassment.
No, you got to do it a couple of times for it to be harassment, mate. I'm just gonna make it a one worthwhile trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's it for the Stargates and Portals. I think episode 6, you know, the Hidden King is still very much hidden and very much not king.
Yeah. But he's definitely not in the Buckingham. He's definitely not in Buckingham Palace, as he said he was going to be. Nothing's happened with that letter that he put through the common law courts, his documents, and now he's disappeared because we're asking some tough questions, and people are starting to pay attention to us. So, and all the others that are calling him out. So anyway, yeah, that's it for this episode of Just Truth. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe,
all that good stuff.
Yeah. All right, man. We'll be doing some more videos soon. So stay tuned for some more Just Truth.
Know what's up. Peace.